Hello, dear friends. If you are a dedicated essential oil user like I am, you've probably been presented with the question of, can you be allergic to essential oils? And the answer usually isn't a straight yes or no. With a lot of things with essential oils, it depends. And that is why this topic can be controversial and people can get into a bit of a heated debate on allergies and essential oils. And I think that the issue mainly is semantics. So, in the latest episode of the Essential Oil Revolution, I take a plunge and deep dive into the subject. I review some of the research from some previous articles that I posted on allergies and essential oils. I also compile other experts' opinions and other information that is more current that I got for the podcast, as well as my clinical experience for the past 16 years as a naturopathic and functional medicine clinician, and my experience as a wellness consultant for over 20 years using essential oils. So, the big key areas that I think are related to the semantics regarding essential oil allergy, I just want to review for you in this video. And then I will highlight what I also discuss on the podcast, and you will see a link in the video description when you want to go there and hear a little bit more about essential oils and allergies. So, the first thing is that there are different types of allergies, and they're classified into four categories. And most people think of the main category of allergies as an IgE antibody reaction response. And that's when a person has an anaphylactic reaction. It is an emergency response, and they have to usually go to the hospital, get an EpiPen, help open up their airways. It is not a good thing to have that kind of allergic reaction to a substance. Now, as far as I know, there haven't been any documented cases of people with an IgE antibody to essential oils. Robert Tisserand did record 4 case reports of people reporting an anaphylactic reaction to essential oils. It's amazing what he's doing regarding helping us make sure that we're using essential oils responsibly and compiling a safety database. I think what the debate is here is the fact that these are case studies, they aren't peer-reviewed articles. So we don't have the ability to rule out other factors or what the patient's history is or what could have contributed to the symptoms. And there isn't a control of what exact oils they used when they had the reactions. Another point of semantics is people say you can't be allergic to essential oils because they aren't proteins and you can only be allergic to proteins. The thing is, essential oils can act as haptens, which means they can attach to certain proteins and they can accelerate or make allergic reaction happen. They can contribute to it. So technically, no, they aren't the allergen themselves in this situation, but they can contribute to it. The third thing is regarding a reaction that you can have to essential oils, which is contact dermatitis, which I get to in the podcast regarding that type of hypersensitivity reaction on the skin. It is usually related to an overdose and not diluting the oil properly and using oils that shouldn't directly be applied to the skin. So again, is that an allergy or just irresponsible use? But one of the things I've actually noticed in my clinical practice is that people might get a little bit of a rash or irritation on their skin when they first use essential oils if they're not using it with an organic carrier oil. So they have synthetic lotions or perfumes that they put on. And because essential oils are lipid soluble, they drive in those different chemicals. So the reaction is actually to the combination of the essential oils driving in that lotion. So it's a combination of the essential oil with the lotion that they really shouldn't have been using that kind of carrier oil in the first place with a pure essential oil unless they wanted to drive toxins into the body. So those are the 3 main areas of semantics, and I get into those in the podcast. I also talk about why it's important to have a balanced perspective regarding literature and information on essential oils. I talk about the comparison between the safety of natural products versus drug side effects and medication errors, what an allergy is in general, the four main types of allergies and classifications, and which two essential oils may have been attributed to, one definitely, and one, like I said, related to case reports. I talk about the terpene factor. And this is another factor in relationship to contact dermatitis that often isn't discussed and could be the reason why, in fact, people do get contact dermatitis from certain essential oils. I talk about the difference between photosensitization, which is a reaction with citrus oils out in the sun, versus contact dermatitis. What to do if you have a reaction to an essential oil based on the Tisserand Institute safety guides, and how to avoid skin sensitization in the first place. So go ahead if you are interested in the topic. I think a lot of essential oil users will benefit from learning this information and being presented from I'm trying to give you a balanced perspective on both sides of the equation. The people who tend to be more heavy-handed with essential oils and use them neat a lot more freely, and then the people who say never ever use an essential oil neat and dilute them. I'm a little bit more in the middle. Just because I think being a clinician, you kind of do what works, and sometimes you got to break the rules to help the client. That being said, I think we should know the rules and when we can break them and do them safely. So go ahead, I will put a link in the video description to the essential oil revolution. I would really appreciate if you could go ahead and leave your feedback, subscribe, and rate the show. It will help more other people find the show. It'll get the word out about essential oils and how they can enhance our health and help with the healing that we so desperately need of our mind and body today in natural and holistic and conventional medicine. I think they fill a beautiful gap. So thank you for listening, and I will be back with another episode real soon. I'd love to hear your feedback.